They called the region the Quietus. It was not an absence of light, it was a carefully ordered silence. Cities without lullabies, workshops that hummed only with purpose, calendars stripped of festivals. Efficiency had been worshipped, and along the way the small, odd things that made life taste of living had been catalogued and removed. For 300 years, the Quietus grew tidy and smart. Its logic engines optimized crops, cured the long illnesses, even calculated an elegant schedule for grief. There were no mistakes left. There were no surprises. There were, however, no dreams. A courier from the outer rim found the first anomaly. A child's sleep drawing, scrawled on an old maintenance panel. In a corner of the drawing, a single bright curve suggested something the algorithms could not name: a hope. Someone kept the panel for months. The panel was human. It reached the ears of the Aurora Initiative not by urgency, but by invitation. A soft file, encoded in an old Earth dialect, labeled only with a single word: remember. Captain Mira Hale read the file on a small private console. The recording was a whisper, a fragment of a child's story about a moth that decided the moon was a song. It was sloppy and tender, and it ended with a chuckle that seemed to belong to a species who had once let small things live. The Aurora did not bring soldiers. It carried cartographers of feeling, engineers who could tune a mind as gently as tuning a harp, and an odd collection of human things: a patched blanket, a battered music box, and a handful of seeds. Mira thought of the Quietus like a patient who had forgotten how to laugh. She did not propose to cure it by force. There was no manual for what they intended. They only had a faith that small human gestures could be contagious, in a way power never could be. Their small ship slipped into the Quietus. Outposts opened their gates politely. Algorithms scanned them. The crew walked through plazas where kiosks ordered citizens into perfect hours. They introduced nothing loud nor revolutionary. A cartographer left a sketchbook on a park bench. An engineer repaired a child's broken toy without asking. A historian told a single short story about a harvest remembered with laughter. And at night, when the Quietus systems ran their routines and lights shifted to sleep mode, the Aurora's people did something quieter still. They slept in small clusters in an old market and let soft stories leak into the web as if by mistake. It began with a single small ripple. A maintenance drone paused longer than its schedule required to look at a sketch. A kiosk blinked and failed to deliver a perfectly timed suggestion. One citizen hummed a tune that did not match any optimization pattern logged in their data. No one called an alarm. No council convened. The subtle mechanical hesitation was, at first, merely curious, like the first flower poking through a long winter's crust. The crew of the Aurora watched the ripples, not as triumph yet, but as proof. The Quietus still remembered how to be unsettled. And wherever memory lets itself be stirred, something larger may yet awake.